Winter in the rainforest is magical. Iridescent streams flow through the mountains, their clear waters glowing with the cool season. We just passed our winter solstice, but in the subtropics it never really gets that cold. The winter water is freezing, but we savour the feeling of the season.
At this time of year, we find ourselves more attuned to the seasons than ever. Winter is a time of hard work here in the rainforest. Because we've entered our dry season, we are aware that the rains have stopped and our water supplies must last us until the rains return in summer. We've learned to celebrate the feeling of water in our skin. It means so much more than just the thrill of immersing yourself in cold water. It represents abundance and the resources we need to get through the winter. We harvest our own water and grow as much of our own food as we can. And in winter, the trees are full of starfruit, avocados, mandarins, limes, lemons, oranges, kiwi fruit, and pecan nuts. These drier days also mean that caring for the animals, the land, the garden, and trees can become a little more tricky. Like a paper plate, it hangs off my cheeks. The grasses become more sparse, and we spend our days moving the sheep and goats from paddock to paddock, managing the land so that it can thrive through these dry months. And every bloom I ever gnaws at my skin and rips off. Look. Most of all, I think that the shock of jumping into the cold water is a celebration above anything else.
Oh, it's actually really cold.
It is our way of staying in tune with the water cycles and remembering to feel gratitude for all the gifts that nature gives us. The water, the sunshine, and sustenance. It makes us feel alive. My skin rips off. All good. And then my face. Like rabbits with the rain. Like rabbits with the rain.
Come on, Lucy. Come on. So for the longest time, these ducks have been escaping, and I think that it's finally time to fix the fence. Sure, Sheriff! Oh my gosh. They all just play with each other in this one paddock, even though they're... Oh, you alright? They're all supposed to have separate paddocks. So I think I'm going to fix it up. I think I'm going to put some wire along here just to make it so that no naughty little ducks can get through. I think that my biggest problem is that I get distracted by all the cuddles. Hey, where do you want to go? You want to go? I always spend months, probably years, procrastinating on jobs like this. And then it gets to it, and it's actually so enjoyable, and I wish that I just did it years ago so that I didn't have to wait all this time to get this done. I don't think the ducks realize what I am doing because they're really excited and think that it's just cuddle time. If they knew I was stopping them from their little adventures every day, I don't think they'd be very happy. Yeah, do you mind getting down so I can do some work? Thank you.
I studied fashion design, and there have been times in my life that I would think menial jobs like fixing a fence were a waste of my time or a frustrating job. I wish that each movement of my hands was full of grace, that they would only snip the finest fabrics or sew a seam perfectly. Now I see that I got it all wrong. In these simple tasks that take hours, my tired hands twitching fences that I've fixed 1,000 times before, this is where we find meaning and purpose. We are human and life is simple. There are some jobs that remind you of this. Your mind free from everything else, you realize that this is what it means to exist. To solve tiny problems and to find purpose in the menial, ordinary tasks of life. It does help to have tiny ducks surrounding you, reminding you of the little joys in life.
Close your eyes and not alone.
Is that going to stop you? Is that stop me from being through? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I'll cross my heart and hope to die. Your eyes are in the eyes are
This section of bush always inspires us to keep working hard. The goats come here most days and munch on all of the weeds. Their favourites are invasive lantana and cassia, and they have almost eliminated all of the weeds here. With their help, a hoop pine forest is growing, native grasses are thriving, and biodiversity is returning. Each time we walk through this bush, we sit for a minute and just appreciate the beauty. And appreciate our sweet tiny helpers who make this all possible.
still, as I'm there. As your light curls slowly across the coastline. Close your eyes, you're not alone, you're not alone as long as you're I'll cross my heart and hope to die, your eyes are in yours again.
So I have this skirt, and then I also have this cute little top. Well, it's actually Julia's, but I stole it. She thought that it didn't really suit her anymore, so I stole it to make it fit me, which I'm really excited about. I think it's going to be really cute. I finished the skirt already, but now I need to work out this top. It's just a bit too big for me, so I think I'm going to take it in at the front and the back. And I think I'm going to move the buttons around to the front, but the problem is there's only 3 buttons, and I don't know if it's enough to only have 3. Like, if it was ideal, I'd probably have 5 or 6 buttons there. But then maybe it's cute to just have 3, because they are really beautiful buttons. So, and they've got beautiful clasps as well, so I think I'll just try with 3 and hope that it works. I used to think that unpicking was so boring, but I've really just kind of changed my mindset on it lately, and it's become satisfying all of a sudden. I mean, I can save something like that that's just so beautiful, And instead of wasting it, I can just kind of move it around to the front. I love it. I'm so happy with it. I'm going to wear this all of the time. It's so cute. I've just found the biggest python that I have ever seen. Ever. It's like, it has to be over 2 meters long, probably like 2.5 meters long. And it's like this thick. It's so spooky. And it's trying to get into the roof, but I think that it's too thick that it can't fit. So it keeps trying and then it keeps just going to somewhere else because it can't get through. But it was in the shower, so that's a new fear. That's great. Where are you trying to go, big python? Are you trying to get up there? It's still trying to get in. It still hasn't found a way in, but it's so big. I'm normally like, I don't know, I'm scared of snakes, but I'm not that scared of snakes. I'm scared of the venomous ones, and this one is not venomous at all. So normally I feel pretty chill around pythons, but this one is so big. It feels different. It is so big. I can't believe how big its body is. It is crazy.
The sleepy snakes of winter are a reminder to slow down too, to find balance between hard work and enjoying the beauty that this time of the year brings. So we work hard to care for all of the animals and land, but we also jump into the cool water and laze in winter's warm sun like a happy carpet python.
This is lantana, which is a super invasive weed that makes a scramble of itchy, spiky tendrils spreading through the rainforest. Jobs like clearing it always seem impossible. It takes hours to clear a tiny patch and it grows everywhere. But when I get into it, I actually love it. The purpose is so clear, just to remove this weed and let native plants grow. I find so much satisfaction in the simplicity of purpose.
So my next job is that these little guys' pen is just not holding up that well. The floor is just a bit too thin, so I didn't realize how heavy they are, so it's been breaking in some parts and creating little holes. And so I think I'm going to replace the floor with this mesh behind me because it's just way more strong, so I think it'll be much better. Much more comfortable, hey Cloud? This is reminding me that I should always just do jobs better. I always rush things. I always do things really badly the first time, and then I realize afterwards that if I had have just thought about it a little more, then it would be a lot less work in the end. Never rush things, hey Cloud? But I need to straighten this somehow, even though it's like, it's very sturdy. So I think I'm just gonna have to stand on it a lot. It's working. So this is going to be the new floor for this pen. I hope it's wide enough. It's actually smaller, but I'm just going to put it over the old floor, so I think it'll be okay, because the old floor is okay on the side. We electrify the duck pens at night, so if you touch it, you get zapped. So, excuse me, you can't go on my back. You can't. Come on. Whoa! So if a predator comes along and touches it in the night, then it just gets a little zap to warn it away. So that means the ducks are always safe at night, which is really good. But it also, I get zapped quite often because I always forget that it's on. So I always touch it. And so I'm really, as I'm working on it, I keep thinking it's going to be electric, but it's not. I need to remember I'm taking the electricity off. I can't believe it, but I'm finished. It was the easiest job ever, wasn't it, Wim? Your pen is fixed. I thought that was going to take days.
The music in this video is by Fellow Hollow, and they just released a new single. You can check out their links in our description. Thank you for watching, and thanks to our patrons for your continued support on our journey of restoring the land and caring for all of the animals.